So I've heard for a while that Monster Hunter 6 is possibly getting released at the end of Monster Hunter Rise. I have not played Monster Hunter Rise. I have played World and 3DS games like Try. Try was my first game, but again, I've never heard of it for a long time, but here we go. I'm really excited because um, RX Gaming, I've heard of them during my time in Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Try when I'm learning to play games. I tried to play Monster Hunter 4 and 4 United, didn't work out because I didn't get the chance to finish the games. Anyways,
Are you waiting for the next mainline Monster Hunter game? Well, thanks to
maybe.
Capcom, we may now finally have a date for when the next big reveal may be happening, so we wanted to give you guys a short PSA so you are all aware of this, as we know you guys are massive fans of Monster Hunter as well. There have been several hints from the
Monster Hunter release date teased by Capcom. Publishers predicts upcoming game will sell millions. I take that with a grain of salt because Monster Hunter Rise wasn't really well received until Sunbreak fixed the mistakes in normal Monster Hunter. What could the next Monster Hunter game be? Wait, when could the next Monster Hunter game be announced? Monster Hunter 6 is expected to get an announcement during Tokyo Game Show 2023. And yeah, maybe that makes more sense to be announced, but you can leave it marinating still. Just let it cook, let it work. Despite it says allegedly PlayStation 5, Xbox, and Switch. There has been no news. Allegedly, there's no news of PC quite yet, but luckily I have a Switch, so I can probably be on the train as well. But again, that'll take a long time before I invest the money into it. But again,
Monster Hunter development team that something big would be happening at this year's TGS. But now we know that Capcom will be hosting their own live stream on September 21st, as in
September 21st, so we can expect some news or no news regarding the next Monster Hunter. Because again, this is coming towards the tail end of Rise and Sunbreak, where they finally found footing, and they lost their footing in Rise. They found footing in Sunbreak, and I will see for myself as soon as I can. I've been playing a lot of catch up with other games. I believe Monster Hunter Rise might be the game I'll be playing once Persona 5 is done. And we'll see if I'll do 2 streams of Monster Hunter Rise followed by one other game, or one game or Monster Hunter Rise followed by 2 other things. We'll see what happens. I don't know what streaming schedule is going to be like because I've been trying to sandwich Monster Hunter Persona 5 with other things. But again, I think I'll be playing Rise after Persona 5. We'll see what happens.
In a tweet they say, quote, TGS 2023 Capcom Online Program. The latest Capcom title information will be...
My brother told me about Monster Hunter Now, which is essentially Pokemon Go with Monster Hunter. And as I already said, I've quit mobile gaming, but that doesn't help me when I'll be playing Final Fantasy Ever Crisis on the PC. I'll download the new BlueStacks, and I'll play that mobile game that is Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. But Monster Hunter Now, I don't think I'll be playing. I have not played Resident Evil 4, and I want to play Resident Evil 4. They're releasing news about a VR mode, so I don't know if I'll get into that. I have not tested out Street Fighter 6 demos yet, but so far Street Fighter has had its own problems with DLC. Exoprimal looks really fun. I don't have friends to do that with. So we'll see how the game goes for the Tokyo Game Show.
Distributed on the online program of Tokyo Game Show 2023, end quote. Well, if you guys want to be there for this big reveal of their next title, which we could take a safe bet at what it might be, then you need to know that it's going to be on September 21st of 2023, which is a Thursday, and it will be between 11
that would be
and
great.
11:50 Japanese Standard Time.
I'm doing stuff on Thursday,
but
sure.
This is the planned time that the live stream will be happening, so it will be a 50-minute live stream in total. The contents of the program will be revealed at a later date, so they say we should look forward to it. But for those of you in the US, you will probably want to know when it's happening for you, which will be at 7 a.m. PDT. Meanwhile, for our UK brothers, it will be at 2 p.m. on the 21st.
So if it's going to be 7 a.m. On Thursday, I don't think I'll be sleeping. I'll probably be doing laundry, but I don't know if I'll be doing a Twitch watching of this like game show, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what they have news about from Monster Hunter, because I've been away from it. My heart's been growing fonder, and I might want to play that again.
I assume that some of you may be thinking that, well, Capcom do have these shows every year, so it doesn't necessarily mean much for the next Monster Hunter game, as they could be showing something about Dragon's Dogma 2, which we know is coming out in the future.
That looks great.
Let's go through some of the hints that point towards this possibly being the next big Monster Hunter game reveal. We can start off with all of the hints that Ryozo has been giving us over the last couple years.
Okay, about 1 year since the break.
First up, in a Famitsu magazine revealed at the tail end of 2022, Ryozo gave a small hint that they are planning for some big things to happen for the 20th anniversary for Monster Hunter, which will be happening in 2024. Here's what he said, quote,
2024 is the... I hope to deliver Sunbreak, which is a scheduled be released in the summer to everyone. Also, the Monster Hunter series will be celebrating its 20th anniversary in 2024. So I'm thinking that it's time to prepare various things. So what they're assuming announcements for 6 based on that thing? I don't know. But that brings in the question of pre-ordering, and I made a video about that. But what if I get a cool statue? I might want that statue and maybe a Switch copy. I don't know if I'll get a Switch copy or a PC copy. Hard to say. But I don't have a PlayStation 5. That might be a thing in the future. I don't have an Xbox. Who knows, you know?
In 2022, I'd first like to deliver Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is scheduled for summer, so everyone is in solid shape. And the Monster Hunter series will be celebrating its 20th anniversary in 2024. So I should start making preparations for various things soon, end quote.
Because already they're making preparations for Monster Hunter now, and I don't know when that's going to be released, because I only heard about it because of my brother, not because it was within my circle of like hearing things. I should probably turn on like notifications about anything regarding Monster Hunter to find out.
Then later in a Capcom interview, also in 2022, Ryozo has said that the thing he is most looking forward to in the year of 2023 is the Tokyo Game Show. But the biggest hint came from the final developer update from Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, where Ryozo reiterated that 2024 was the 20th anniversary for Monster Hunter, and then went on to say that they will be continuing to bring fans new and exciting games. But it doesn't end there. During a recent Capcom's earnings, they mentioned that they will be releasing a game that they predict will sell millions of copies before.
Okay, Capcom looks poised to announce a new game that will sell millions, allegedly. But then again, like, I say cautiously, because the way Rise was received and then mediated towards like the beginning or end of Sunbreak, because again, like I mentioned it before, I'm not going to repeat it again. And while the title hasn't been officially been confirmed, we're pretty sure that it's going to be Monster Hunter 6. Oh, so that's said by Scott McCrae. I don't read enough, so I wouldn't know. Capcom is having a banner year, with 2 of the biggest series getting its new titles this year that are amongst the best games of 2023. And the momentum that Capcom hype train got from Resident Evil 4 and Street Fighter 6 is being bolstered with news that we could be seeing a Monster Hunter 6 release next year for 5 and X. Which again, does not help us, because I don't have a PlayStation 5. And that's a future thing I'll be looking into, because I don't know if I want to play I don't know if what will drive me to getting a PlayStation 5 would be Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I like the idea of Final Fantasy Rebirth. But anyways, following its FY23Q quarterly earning reports, Bloomberg's Takashi Mochizuki tweeted that the publisher has said that it will release an unannounced game by the end of 2024 in March that's expected to sell. Obviously, Capcom hasn't dropped the name of the forthcoming game in question, but based on the confidence behind the game selling millions, it is easily assumed that a new entry in its other incredibly popular franchise, Monster Hunter. Now, I say that I don't like the idea of this being. I feel like we should. I feel like the spoiler, this kind of like hype will ruin Monster Hunter because we're getting all this coverage about, oh, it's gonna sell millions. Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, you're gonna eat it up. And we will eat it up, just like how we have bad Disney movies, but we still eat up the property because, oh, it's something I'm familiar with. It could be better, but I'm gonna eat it. That kind of like idea. So makes sense. And I will be getting back into Monster Hunter Rise. Once Persona 5 is finished, I will be playing Monster Hunter 5 as my next long playing RPG kind of game. I'm excited for it.
For the end of the financial year, which for us means before April of 2024. There are a few games that could fit the bill for this one, but if you take a look at the Capcom Platinum titles list that shows their best-selling and biggest games, you can see it's...
Oh, wait, hold on. Jotomate.
The Capcom Platinum title...
So, allegedly, it's showing that the number one game is Monster Hunter World. Okay. That's actually really cool. I'm really happy I did actually... I'm debating on going back into World just because there are things like I've not completed yet. Like I have yet to really get into making an armor set to fight raging wait okay, hold on. Brachydios, Raging Rajang and something the Brachydios and Rajangs not defeated yet, and I need to defeat those to get towards the final boss that came with the free updates. But again, like I play Monster Hunter World, and I need to cater for a proper armor set, a proper weapon set because that's important towards the end game. But I played the main campaign as it was. And I finished it. I saw the credits, and I really loved it. I couldn't keep. Oh my god! Where'd you get this?
From Solid Core.
You should take. You don't want this?
Do you know the flavor?
You can't. Oh, habanero.
Yeah.
You don't want to spice it up?
No, I don't want to spice it up.
This is not
That's all you.
This is not sponsored by Element. This is not a fitness promo, but I'm really excited to try this. Not what we're doing today. We're talking about Monster Hunter. But I will be playing Monster Hunter Rise. But it's surprising that like the second and third most played games are Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is what we've already played on the channel, and Biohazard Resident Evil 7. That's a game we also played on the channel, and like that's really cool.
List that shows their best-selling and biggest games, you can see it's dominated by Resident Evil and Monster Hunter.
Yeah,
but when we
true.
combine the previous hints with this new information, it's looking likely that there is a good possibility of the next Monster Hunter game lining up with the anniversary. The cool thing about this new information is that it kind of gives us a release date for the game as well, or something close to go off of, because
it says the announcement is by the end of 2024 March.
If we look at the release date for the very first Monster Hunter game, it was released in Japan back in 2004 on March 11th. So it's possible that Capcom could be looking to release the game on the same day as the original release day, or at least within the same week because March 11th of 2024 is a Monday, and well, games don't typically release on a Monday. In addition to this, we know that Monster Hunter games usually have a 6-month marketing cycle from their reveal to their release. Monster Hunter World was announced in June 2017 and then released in January of 2018. Meanwhile, Monster Hunter Rise was revealed on September 17th of 2020 and then was released on March 26th in 2021. So if this pattern continues, we could definitely have our next full console-based Monster Hunter title within the not too distant future. This is probably quite the exciting thought for a lot of you guys that enjoyed Monster Hunter World and Iceborne back on the PlayStation 4.
PlayStation. Okay, fine. I thought you were gonna say a different number, but I did enjoy Monster Hunter World. I am upset that Monster Hunter World was the first Monster Hunter game I completed. I'm upset because I couldn't finish Try and I couldn't finish Generations 4 because the controls weren't for me. Like playing on the DS in that small like claw frame, it's bound to give me carpal tunnel. And like because of how it's a solo game unless you play with friends, and I got through hurdles and milestones of the game and world because of the multiplayer aspect. And I technically could have, but I couldn't have just drove to Monroe every weekend to play the game because that takes away a lot of time for me. And I could have played Monster Hunter with my brother, but playing with your siblings can lead to stress, like Mario Party, or earning pity stars because you didn't deserve it. I didn't want that kind of animosity between my brother and I, especially when we don't play Mario Party. But I have had that happen before. I'm sorry, by the way, for those pity stars.
It was definitely an international experience because it brought so many new players to the table that play on these major consoles. Of course, Monster Hunter World and Iceborne's pushed the boundaries of the series, not just graphically because of the hardware it's using, but also in the way that the game was supported, as we can see from the differences between the handheld Monster Hunter Rise to the console.
I want to fight Savijiva. I have not had a. What kept me from defeating Savijiva was the whole aimlessness that I was with weapons and armor. So if I were to go back into Monster Hunter World, I would have to focus on getting an armor set that will complement the hammer build, or switch axe build too, because the switch axe was my secondary melee weapon.
Console-based Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. With a more live service-based system, it had a lot more collaborations and crazy things added in post-launch. So perhaps the thing I am most excited for if we do get the next Monster Hunter game coming soon is the idea of all the crazy updates and monster battles and almost raid-like battles that we had with things like Safi'jiiva, Kolv Taroth, and even Extreme Behemoth. I also think if this uses the now current gen consoles, it's really going to get even more people into Monster Hunter. And overall, I have to say, I think that is a very good thing. But what do you guys think? Tell us your guesses down in the comments below, and then check back after the Tokyo Games Show to flex if you were right or not. And the two videos on screen now, we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one.
Okay, so I enjoyed that conversation. I do think that I need to get my feet wet and bruised with Monster Hunter Rise. I want to get back into it. I really want to play that game again, so who knows? It's either, I think because of certain things, I do want that to be my next long series, like the way I'm finishing Persona 5. I'm excited for it. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are. I'm going to be looking into what another person is thinking about. I'm going to see what Nintendo Sphere has opinions on, or maybe I won't. Anyways, that's it. That's the video. Bye-bye.